Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to the Pro Traders Lounge. Today, we're going to be going over Bitcoin with myself and H. Paul. H. Paul, how are you doing today?
I'm grand, man.
You're
Grand,
grand.
and
It's
yes,
just
looking
grand.
forward to seeing this. Just grand, super. I would say as well. Yeah. What about
Nice.
you?
I'm grand. I'm grand.
That's good.
That's the most
Uh,
Irish thing you could have said. Grand, because everyone over
I'm
here
trying to.
says
I'm
I'm grand.
just trying to blend in, mate. Just trying to blend in.
Nice. All right. So look, I'm going to just jump right in. You all know the crack here. So I'm going to go over Bitcoin, what's the plans, bullish, bearish, and then we're going to pass it over to H. Paul. As well, if you like these kind of streams, don't forget to hit that like button before we start. Doesn't cost you anything. And as well, at the end of the stream, let us know some feedback of how it all went. Did you like the plans? Did you have different plans? Or if the stream was bad, and let us know, because of course we'll read them and we'll try and fix whatever problems we have and make a better experience for you all. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it and we'll see what's going on. Alright? So, Bitcoin. We had a nice little plan going along all for last, it feels like a year now. I've given out a lot of plans, bullish and bearish, and one of them has always given us a trade every time. Doesn't mean the ones I'm going to give you out this time will give us a trade, but we'll see what we can come up with. Higher time frame plan, absolutely brilliant so far. Move of 100% off the low, which actually I must show it has been a perfect 100%, which is kind of funny to see because it's literally 100% we're getting this pullback at the moment. But let's just dive in and see what we've got going on. The one thing I was up here and I was looking at, I was like, what is the nice place to actually retrace? And I pulled out this channel. It's a nice little channel, I must say. Of course, not on log scale, it's on linear. Perfect looking channel. For me, I actually kind of like it. I'm going to use it in the TA. Plus, I will be using this, which is what we've been using inside the lounge. I went over on public stream before as well, my target, which was this filling 31k USDC wick, and look at it. I went over this before and look at it, filled it perfectly, and that was the high, and down we come. Did give this short out, but in a different reason, just before I went on holidays. There was a nice few plays over the weekend too. I spent a lot of time in the lounge with the members. We got a nice few trades, nice chillax weekend. But right now, let's go over what's going on with Bitcoin. So far, you got a reaction off that extension. Move down to the 0.5. One thing I like to always look at straight away, where are the pivots? The only pivots we have are the quarterly pivots, which is the woody and the traditional. Alright, and they're both below these range lows. Equal lows here, triple equal lows. So what is the plan from here? For me, there is only two options for me, right? I can understand that we're in a bullish market structure right now. So it wouldn't. I have two plans. One is holding a higher low, right? Holding a higher low, moving up for a lower high, down to hit one of these quarterly pivots. Of course, if we hold these higher lows, I will have more of a bias on which pivot it will be. Of course, I'll go over that in the lounge. Mainly because we went over a plan yesterday, and it was. Yeah, I'll have more of an idea which one it'll be. If you want to catch more of that, we'll be in the lounge, of course. But if this does not happen and we don't hold a higher low, the other plan I will be looking at, which is using this channel as well. We come down, we hit the woody pivot, we come up for a lower high, and then we come down for a deviation of that low. This is, to me, to be honest, the two of them are good. It just depends on what's going to happen. Which one is it going to do? Is it going to hold? And then once you know if it's going to hold that low, there's an area you could potentially look for a short down. And if it doesn't, you could look for a long. So I have two areas of interest for me. Overall, I'm still bullish. My plan has been the same. Still bullish, looking for more upside. We had this area, which is now looking better for me personally. Why? Because once I know whatever high and low it is going to hold, and if we are going to get a move up, this is if. Of course, I can be wrong and it goes all the way down. But if we hold a high and a low from wherever of the range, I can pull a TR pocket on that high and that low, and then I can measure this pivot. For now, I don't have the pivots high and low yet. I'll start to pull it when, if the price comes up to here at some stage, then I'll know, okay, that's the high, that's the low. I'll have my TR pocket around here or my TR extension around here. So that's what I'm talking about. I'll have more of a scope. I do like this little pit stop I was going over in the last public one I was on. There is a potential of us putting in a pit stop around this region. We did kind of get that region, and then the next one will be up here. So it will be interesting to see now where this high and low will be. So I want to pull the TR pocket on it, and we can see if we can get the next high. But for now, the two plans are the same. We have plan A and plan B, which I do think are fairly realistic plans in my opinion. One holding high or low, one taking the lows, and we can use the channels and the extension pockets and the pivots on top of them. So do have nice confluences this month, I would say, this next 2 weeks, on where the price could potentially reverse. That's really it for me, I must say. That is really it. As well, if you like this stuff, don't forget to hit that like button, and leave some feedback below. I'm going to be passing over to H Paul and see what he has got going on. If that's alright with you, Paul, if you're ready to go.
Fantastic. Yep. No, I'm happy to jump in.
Cool.
Okay. So, first of all, something to point out that I've just been listening to Trader. I've been pulled this fib time pivot, which I quite like. So with a high here at this 47 region down to the very low, and now we're coming in at the 618 time pivot here, which is interesting, at this high. So you can read a couple of things in. This could be the pivot high, but generally these 618 pivots and 1-to-1 pivots tend to be significant areas. So we could see this as a potential high here. Now, the way I'm looking at this is, if this is potentially the high, I would be looking for Bitcoin to do something like this. So I'm going to just zoom in here. I'd be expecting Bitcoin to be doing something like this. Oh, excuse me. Here, and then lose this, and then come and trace down to these lows. And I'm just going to zoom out a bit onto you can see what we've got is I've been trading this channel nicely. This is played out quite nicely, but I would want to lose this pivot 5 to see more downside. Really, this is really a key area. You can see in the basically in the structure, the structure's key bullish structure. We need to sort of hold this level. So this is a key level to watch. Like I think Trader R says, basically lose that when we can start sort of looking for lower. At the moment, potentially, so long as we hold this value area, and that could. I'm just going to remove this terrible drawing for. Bear with me 1 second. Potentially, at the moment, what we could do is hold this value area here. At the moment, take out these lows, test the bottom of this value area. So this 26.45 area would give us I think a really nice bounce anyway. So we could get this anyway.
Paul, what?
Sorry.
Wait, what level was that 0.5 at again? The actual. What price is
the point?
Yeah,
the 0.5.
That 0.5 of the range underneath the VWAP or the value area low. What price is that again?
This one here, the 25.4 area, this pivot area I've got, where you can see this very clear support resistance area. This is on a Bitstamp chart, so I use this for higher time frame analysis personally. I do obviously, but this is a really key area. You can see this. Let me just stick this on here. this horizontal level, you can see it's fairly clear support resistance, and it's a very key area. Look, we've come up here, tested it here, we've rejected every single time, we've finally broken it. We could come back and back test this and see some upside. But I personally, I'm thinking this value area level is more likely to
Yeah,
be,
that's the one I was
you know.
actually asking about. What price was
Oh,
that at?
sorry, my bad. Let me just remove this then. Um, the but the lower the value area is, I think it's a similar tool on the pivot. You've got 26.4.
26.4. That
Oh, 5
is
now. Need to tie
26.4.
in.
Oh, it's okay. The pivots are just underneath that. Well,
Are they just under
20,
it?
25, 800. Yeah,
Right.
that's
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to lose that. I mean, that gives us, those. I don't know how quickly you would expect those pivots to be tested, but the other plan that I have here is that we come down here. We take these lows, potentially swing failure these lows, um, swing failure these lows here at 26.5 ish, and get a bit of a bounce up quite quickly to this area where we're definitely going to see some resistance. This 36.7 area here is where I'm going to be looking for shorts should we get up there. And a bit of a range and a bit of a drop. That's potentially what
Yeah,
I'm looking for
not a bad
there. I mean,
zone. Yeah,
that's a, yeah, no, it's a nice area. That's what I'm. That's the bullish plan really. And given the market structure has been bullish, as you can see, the market structure is generally pretty bullish, and we're holding this very simple support resistance area at the moment. As we hold that, I'm going to be looking for higher, and obviously
fair play.
probability says that
Yeah,
we go a bit higher here. And this is where I've been. We look for I can't say I want to trade down to, but I'm looking for a significant pullback in
I wouldn't
this
be surprised.
vicinity.
It's
Personally,
actually a really big area, to be
yeah,
fair,
yeah,
and you have nice confluence there
it
too.
is, and that's, yeah, and that would mean, I mean, depending on how quickly all this happens, and I don't know how. You trade pivots. We could come back. Obviously, I think we could come back down quite quickly and take those pivots that you were
Yeah, could
talking about,
potentially. Yeah,
take them out, and that could happen. There's nothing to say, in my opinion. There's two ideas here: is that we go up quite quickly from here and test this, 0.618 golden pocket area. We do that very, very soon, or the 1-to-1 on that fib time is July. That we get up there by July and have a pullback in July. Looking at the other markets and where they're at and resistance wise, I'm erring on the side of sooner rather than later. Personally, in terms of getting up there in a pullback. So yeah, I don't know how that ties
interesting.
in with your pivots.
It's
Yeah,
interesting. Like the one thing I
yeah,
would kind of say though is like,
yeah.
if we weren't going to hit the pivots, in my
Mm.
opinion, it would make sense to hold the higher low and just go. Because if we're going to swing fail that low,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
close to the pivots, you may as well at least get like front run it by $100 is a tap of the woody pivot, Um,
Mm, mm.
so like if you go for a swing failure, I would say maybe just hit those pivots, just wick into
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. Yeah,
It would only make
yeah.
sense. You don't need to hit the traditional and then go from there if you were going to do it. But yeah,
No,
interesting stuff. I like it.
why
Makes me
not?
think about
Yeah.
mine. Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, be interested to see where we go. I mean, it's a very clear sport resistance area there, isn't it? We're so close to that area at the moment. You just gotta,
Yeah. I think it's
yeah.
going to be an interesting month, interesting few weeks. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, we're going over that time mark now. We want to keep these short as possible. Coming into 15 minutes. But we got two plans up on the board now. If you have any feedback whatsoever, hit up the comments down below and don't forget to hit that like button. Again, we have another public video coming in on Wednesday. I think it's when Sailing doing it, and if I'm correct. And of course, if you want to see more of this every single day, hit up the website protraderslounge.com. That you find it in the bio below the video. There'll be plenty of links to that. So again, we're going to love you and leave you, and we'll catch you again on the next one. And I'm going to leave you with the last chart of the day, the disclaimer. All right, everything
And
was educational purposes only. And yes, we'll see you again. Thank you and
thanks,
goodbye.
guys. Cheers. Bye bye.
Good luck.